it's me, Coach Rebecca, and today I'm going to give you a very quick exercise that will help you to get your thoughts on track fast. Now, the reason why our thinking is so important as athletes is because there is a direct connection between what you think and how you behave. So if you think, I can't do it, then you're creating a feeling in your body that reinforces that, which then changes how you perform. So if you truly believe, yeah, I can, or I'll try, your body feels different and it actually changes what you're capable of. So that's a little brief explanation, but what I want to do is have you actually experience this. And the way that I love to train the mind, the way that I like to facilitate group sessions on mental toughness, and the way that we lead our groups in Perform Happy is all about experiential learning. So it's one thing to blah, 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 explain something to you, but I'm going to have you actually experience it because that's how you make those brain connections and make quick changes. Because I don't want you to have to spend hours and hours and hours a day training your mind. I want you to have quick perspective changes that boost your confidence in a lasting way because they change the way you see the world and yourself. Okay, here we go. So I want yes, you, to come up with a common negative thought. Okay, we all naturally are negative. That's the way that we're wired because our brains want to keep us safe. And if our brain knows that we have weakness or flaws, then it can protect us from them. For example, if you're being chased by a tiger and you're running up to a body of water, you need to be very aware if you are not a good swimmer. And you need to know, okay, I'm not a good swimmer, so I need to find a better way. I can't, that's not going to get me out of here. Or if you are a really slow runner, but you can swim fast, you need to know, I am not a good runner. I need to go hide in a cave or I need to get in that water and swim. So our minds tell us constantly, you're bad at this. This is not good. Don't do that. You can't handle that. That's our brain's job, is to tell us what we're bad at all the time to keep us safe. The problem is, if our brains are telling us we're bad at things or flawed at things or imperfect at things, then our confidence is constantly dropping by default. So I want you to think, what is a thought that often pops into your head? I'm a bad swimmer. I'm not good at this. I'm overwhelmed. I'm tired. I can't do it. I suck. These are a thought I get from teenage athletes all the time. I'm no good. I suck. I can't do it. Okay, so if you're a parent, come up with a negative thought that you often think. If you're an athlete, come up with a thought that you often think. I'll give you 1 second to think a little bit more about what is something that I often think to myself, what kind of naturally. Okay, got it? If you need to, you can pause and come up with one, but make sure you have one. And here's what we're going to do. I want you to take that negative thought, and if you're driving, do not close your eyes, please. If you're in a place where you can close your eyes and actually start saying this to yourself over and over, I'd like for you to do that. If you are, please be safe. Okay, safety first, friends. But if it's safe to do so, I want you to close your eyes and I want you to think that thought to yourself over and over for 20 seconds. I'm going to set my stopwatch. Ready, set, go. So you're thinking your negative thought to yourself over and over and over. And stop. Okay, notice how you feel after thinking that thought to yourself over and over. And there are a few different things that can happen here. Some people, my experience typically is that I feel very bad. My stomach kind of hurts. I start to shrink. You might notice that you slumped a little bit. When I do this in a room full of athletes, I see the whole group kind of start to shrink and slump. Energy drains out of the group. Some people don't feel that at all. They feel totally normal. They go, that I didn't notice anything different at all. Some people can't even keep the negative thought in their mind because they are distracted or they try to fight back with something positive. So, every experiential thing that we do in mental training, the point is to increase your awareness. So you've just increased your awareness. Now, if you're one of those people who was like, I didn't notice anything different, I thought the thought and I feel totally normal, I'm going to tell you, I could be wrong. I'm making obviously a generalization here, and one-on-one, we figure things out more specifically and individually. But generally speaking, if you didn't feel bad, you feel normal, that tells me that you are particularly negative, and this is your natural state. That you don't even notice that you feel bad from your negative thinking because it just feels normal. For someone who's really up on the positivity and just cannot tolerate negativity, you might have had a struggle coming up with that thought because maybe you've done a lot of work to make sure that you keep yourself positive or at least neutral. And for some of us, sort of like I would say the majority, you'll have the experience of, ew, that felt bad. I don't like that feeling. And if you were about to try something that required all of you, for you parents, you're about to give a work presentation or you're about to do something that the stakes are kind of high and you felt that way, would that be ideal? Athletes, if you're standing up on a 4-inch balance beam feeling that way, would that be ideal? I'm assuming you're going to say no. So now that you know that that thought is doing that, and you might also think, ooh, that is how I feel when I'm about to do the hard thing. Ooh, yeah, it's not ideal. So what I teach kids to do in Perform Happy is to take those thoughts, and we don't want to just switch it on, like turn it around and go, instead of I can't do it, you say I can do it. Because what happens is that then your brain's going to fight back and go, no, you can't. That's not even true. You're lying. So that the confidence actually drops another notch by trying to force positivity. So if you're out there going like affirmations, be positive, and it's not working, this could be why. You can't always just jump from low beam to high beam. You got to work your way up. So what I want you to think of is, how can you go from negative closer to neutral? Okay, it goes negative, neutral, positive. We want to just aim for neutral. Take some of the negativity out. So that thought that you came up with, I want you to take that thought and go, okay, what are the facts? What's actually true? So if my negative thought is, I can't do it, and it makes me feel weak and bad and bummed, then I might take that, instead of going, I can do it, and then I feel like an idiot because it doesn't work, or I feel like mental training doesn't work, I'm going to go, well, what can I do? If I can't do it here, I could do it here. I could do it there. I've done it before. You can always lean on the facts and go, well, I have done this before. It's happened before. I love a good solid fact that's not neutral. You could ask yourself, well, what are the facts around this situation? So what's the situation where I would think to myself, I can't do it? Well, it'd be me standing up on the high beam. Okay. Well, what are the facts? I can stand safely on a beam. I can get off and do it on the low beam. If a coach stands there, I can probably do it. So you want to think to yourself, like, what are the facts? Because if they're factual, your brain can't argue with you and go, that's not true. That's too positive. Okay, so we're just moving into the neutral territory. And even if all you can come up with is, I am breathing, I have legs. Something neutral is going to be more productive than that negative thought. Okay, so take a second and switch your thought from, whatever your negative was to something neutral. My example, I'm going to go from I can't to I can do it on the low beam. Okay, and now I'm going to set my little stopwatch again, and we're going to do another 30 seconds, 20 seconds, excuse me. And I want you to think that neutral thought, that factual thought that you can't argue with, over and over. And I really want you to dig in and try to really believe that it's true. Okay, ready? On your mark, get set, go. Thinking your neutral thought over and over. And stop. Okay, notice how you feel and compare it to how you felt before. So if you were, my experience with this was, I felt terrible when I was thinking my negative thought. And when I thought my neutral thought, I got a little smile on my face. My shoulders perked up a little bit. I was breathing a little bit better. I didn't feel amazing. I wasn't ready to go jump up and do a backflip on a high beam, but I felt a little bit more peaceful and more calm. And if I felt this way while standing on a balance beam, that would be much better, right? So notice for yourself, do you feel a little bit better? Do you feel even a little more energy? And now that's the thing when you are trying to make progress with your mindset, it's incremental, just like when you're building your muscles you get a little better and you get a little better, and then you start to build habits. So, this is stuff that does not take a long time. It just takes repetitions, which is why we set Perform Happy up the way we did, so that you're getting these little nuggets reinforced over time. So it becomes a way of life, so that you become the type of person who's not thinking, default negativity, but you're starting to work toward neutral and then neutral and positive actually become the way that your mind operates. All right, so there you go. You can change everything in just a few minutes a day. Then, on that note, next week, for a few minutes a day, every single day, we are running our Champion Mindset Challenge. And this is the challenge that people rave about. I got so many videos of kids reaching their goals the last two times that we did this that I'm like, oh my gosh, this is like, I had no idea how well this was going to work for people. So, we're doing it for free. Make sure to register. You're only going to get access if you are registered. And you have to be registered to win the prizes. We have a $500 cash prize. We are giving away a water bottle, a hoodie, lots of fun swag that athletes will like, a journal. So we start technically Sunday. We're going to be doing our first giveaway. So sign up at completeperformancecoaching.com/challenge. Even if you're listening to this a little bit later than January 17th, you can still hop in. You can still catch up. So make sure to invite a friend. If you have a parent who has an athlete, be sure to forward this on to them. We would love, love, love to have you there. Thank you so much for joining us, and I will see you soon. Bye.